Hello, my name is Zabi Barnes, and in this second video of the Joy of Healing series, we are going to continue to talk about how to make healing easy, how to make it gentle, and how to make it fun. In the last video, we talked about what healing means, that it means to change and it means to make whole, to become whole. We also talked about three very simple words, all can heal, and the seven multi-dimensional meaning of these three simple words that bring through very deep healing at many levels. Today we're going to talk more about making the healing process easier. When I teach classes, I often ask the question, how many of you had difficult, challenging childhoods or difficult, challenging things that you had to heal in your life? And there's always a disproportionate number of people who raise their hands when I ask this question. This is because our soul signs up for these difficult challenges as a way for us to learn more about the healing process, as a way for us to learn about healing from the inside out. It's not that we've done anything wrong. It's not that we're being punished for something. My truth is that God does not ever punish us, and neither does our soul, ever. But we do choose experiences that will be the quickest, easiest way for us to learn about the healing that our soul came here to do. Each of us has a unique and divine soul path, soul purpose, and a big part of that soul path is learning to heal something that we are going to heal for ourselves, and then we're going to share that healing with others. So our soul path is a healing journey, and this is true for everybody who's here on the planet, whether they know it or not. And the way that we share that healing with others can happen in many, many different ways. So it might be that we teach formal classes the way that I do. I teach you easier ways to heal based on everything I've learned about healing, based on all of the things that I learned the hard way. I now have found easier ways to do it, and I'm very, very passionate about sharing those easier ways. But that's not the only way to teach healing. We teach by example. We teach by sharing information, by telling others what has worked for us. We're all here on this path, on our individual unique soul path. We're all here to uplift those around us and make their path easier based on what we have learned from the inside out. So one of the main things that I have learned from the inside out is that healing can be easy, healing can be gentle, and healing can be fun. In the old paradigm, yes, it was hard. Healing was hard. That was to get our attention so that we would hold on to the changes and not go back into the old ways. So it was difficult by design. Being a healer was hard because you had to jump through all these hoops to get to the point that you could do the work so that you would value it, so that you would not misuse it, would not abuse that power. But the thing is that I had an experience years earlier. I had fibromyalgia. And at a very dark time in my life, in saying a prayer, that fibromyalgia was lifted up off of me quickly, easily, never again to return. So I knew that it was possible for healing to be easy. And so a part of my healing quest, not only to heal myself, was to discover how to make healing easier for other people. And within the Mayan lineage that I was part of, my job was to make things simple. My job was to make things easy. Oftentimes, my teacher would bring things to me and ask me to simplify them, ask me to make it easier, find an easier way to present that work to the students. So that kind of became my job. That was my talent, that I have a gift for making things easy. That's always been my focus as a teacher, to make things as easy and as gentle as possible. We have now moved into a new age, and in this new age, the good news is things are faster and they're easier and they're gentler. So the challenge to you is not to do it the old way. Even though that is still predominant here on the planet, people doing it that way because that's all they know. We don't have to do it that way anymore. And I want you right now with me to open up to a new possibility. If your experience is that healing is hard and that it's hard to do it and it's hard to receive it and that it's a painful process, either you have physical symptoms that are painful, or you have emotional symptoms that are painful, or all of your fears come up right in your face that are painful, or you go through a dark night of the soul that is painful. That's the old way of doing things. And the way to move out of that, the first step of it, is to consider the possibility that it could be different. So I want you to consider, what would it be like if that could be true? What would it be like for you if that could be true? And I have a phrase, a mantra that I give to my clients and students to open up, to help them open up to this new way. And that phrase is, I open to the possibility of possibilities. I open to the possibility of possibilities. So I'm asking you to forget everything that you think you know about healing. And I know some of you watching this know a lot about healing. You teach healing. You practice it. I want you to let go of what you think you know. And I want you to open up to a new possibility, that healing can be fast, easy, deep, and gentle. All of those things. Healing does not have to be an act of violence. You know, the old paradigm healers come at healing from a place of force. They're going to force this healing onto that client. They're going to make that client get this healing. They're going to somehow rip them apart to rebuild them, break them down to build them up, take them into chaos before bringing them into a new order. And this is what I'm telling you, we don't have to do it this way anymore. Yes, those things do work, and healing eventually comes. But what if the healing could be fast, easy, deep, and gentle without all of that chaos and without all of that upheaval? My teacher said something to me last year. I was teaching a class with her. It was a month-long training. We were on a day in the class where everybody's stuff was coming up, and people were throwing up, and people were screaming and pounding on the floor, and it was a lot of big, huge upheaval. And then I did my piece, and people were just quickly getting it, but I wasn't seeing the dramatic responses that were happening when the other teachers were teaching. And I talked to her about that, I talked to her that evening about it. And she said, Zabi, in the old days, in order to take out the trash, we had to dig around in the trash. We had to pick up each piece of garbage. We had to look at it. We had to examine it from every angle. We had to smell it. We had to taste it. We had to re-experience all of the garbage in order to empty the trash. She said, the way you're doing it, you just take out the trash. You just gather it all up and take it out, and nobody has to look at it. Nobody has to experience it again. It's just gone. And so what she was telling me is, yes, this is the new way and that this is what I'm doing. And I'm really wanting to teach people how to do it this way. It's easy, it's quick, and it's very, very deep. And what she told me, she said, yes, this way is as effective as the other way. But that she was used to doing it the old way. She didn't even know how to do it the way that I was doing it. She told me that. So healing can be fast, it can be easy, it can be deep, and it can be gentle. So we're not talking about a watered down version of healing. Because that's a tendency that can happen with healers, that they don't want to dig deep into the garbage, so they keep everything up on the surface and keep it all light and fluffy and feel good. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having that same depth. The job is done. The trash is emptied. It's taken out. We just don't have to experience all of the awfulness of that trash. It can be neatly packed up and taken out oh so quickly. And ultimately, what I came to understand is that we are in the process of growing up. All of us as healers, we are growing up. We are always growing up in everything that we do. And part of the growing up process on the planet right now is for things to become easier. So many of you are aware that we went through a big, huge shift. The official date was in December of 2012 that we went through this planetary shift. Of course, that shift actually began many years earlier and is carrying over now. So it's kind of like popcorn popping, where some of it pops early, some of it pops late, and some of it doesn't ever pop at all. So we're all in this process, and you can't really say, oh, it was on this day that it happened for everyone, because that's not true. But we're definitely in an age of a big, huge shift, moving from the old paradigm into the new paradigm. So the old paradigm, things were hard. Things did take a long time, and it was necessary for there to be a lot of trauma and upheaval in the healing process to make us value it, to make us realize that something had happened, to make us appreciate what had happened, so that we could now move forward in a new way and not want to go back into that old way of doing things. And that's how healing had been passed down on the planet from generation to generation to generation to generation, that there would be this processing, and that would somehow help us value the healing that had occurred. And the exciting news is that we are now in a new age. We are in a new paradigm. And everything is faster. Everything has sped up. The healing is faster, and the healing is easier. And we can choose which way do we want it to be. Do we want to do it the old paradigm way? Or are we ready to do it a different way? Are we ready to have it be easier? And I was absolutely ready for it to be easier. My guidance kept telling me, yes, it's possible. Yes, we can do this a different way, and not lose any of the power of it. But we can so easily let go of dis-ease quickly. Emotional, mental, physical, spiritual disease, dis-ease. Let it go quickly, gently, and easily. As healers, we no longer have to suffer in order to share healing with others. I know so many healers who get burned out. They're taking on their clients' pain. They're taking on all kinds of stuff that's not even theirs to take on, because that's the way that was modeled for them by their teachers. That's the old paradigm way of doing it. And again, we don't have to do this anymore. I can go and go and go. I can teach all day. I can work on clients all day. And I don't take on their pain. I don't take on their stuff. I'm not tired at the end of the day. I'm ready to go. And I want this for all of the healers out there. I want you guys to be able to do this. I want you to find the joy in healing. It is a joy. It's an honor. It's an honor to be that channel and to bring that energy through. And it's a joy. And ultimately, you get as much of the benefit from it as the client does. This is healing in the new paradigm. I want you to open to the possibility of possibilities. Open to the possibility of possibilities that your own healing can be easy. Open to the possibility of possibility that you can facilitate healing for many in an easy, gentle, fun way. And with that affirmation, I open to the possibility of possibilities. Follow that up with those 3 simple words that have so much meaning. All can heal. 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 In the next video, we are going to look at what is this easy way that I'm talking about. I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to show you how you can have healing be easy and gentle for yourself, and how you can have healing be easy and gentle as you work with clients. So thank you for taking this time today to learn about this new possibility. And thank you for everything that you've done for your own healing and for healing those around you. As each of us heals ourselves, we naturally uplift everyone around us. So even if you're not a healing practitioner, this is for you too, because you are still a healer, and as you're healing yourself, you are traveling your soul path of healing and naturally touching everyone around you. So if you would like to know more about your personal soul path and your personal healing journey, I do offer complimentary soul path sessions. And if you go to my website on the home page, you will see where to sign up for that. And I would love to talk to you more about your soul healing journey.